All right. Good evening. Let's just wait a few more minutes for anyone else to join. My name is Emily Shida, and I'm a yoga meditation instructor as well as a sports nutritionist. And I'm here this evening to talk to you about immune boosting foods and how we can navigate our daily menus to incorporate these items and what benefits the ones that I'm going to list and a few other examples have in helping support your immunity and help you regulate the onset of illness. I really want to just start out with a caveat and how we find balance and harmony within our body, because that really is the essence of helping our bodies to have the best immunity possible and fighting disease. And that is through healthy lifestyle. And that's what I often promote is, sustainable living, finding habits and ways of being that you don't need to think about, that just come naturally to you. And those things are just things that we get taught as young children, but then through life we may pick up some bad habits here and there, and it just seems easier to stick with our habits than it is to draw ourselves back to the center line. So those things that I'm going to list here might be, mundane, but it's a nice friendly reminder of what we should be doing if we're not already. And one part of the healthy lifestyle is just not smoking. Don't smoke, not hurting our lungs and hurting our immune system. Exercising regularly, so finding an outlet, whether I know the gyms are all closed now, whether it's joining the F3 challenge for the month, or if it's just going for a walk in nature, finding a way to get a little bit of exercise in your daily routine. It helps to improve your cardiovascular health and lowers your blood pressure. In addition to the next one, which is maintaining a good body weight for yourself. So including 30 minutes of just walking around the neighborhood, or if you can do some easy stretches on the floor, just bringing a little movement into the body will help you tremendously. If you drink alcohol, which is an easy pastime these days, unfortunately, trying to soothe our stress, do so in moderation. And then make sure that we're getting adequate amounts of sleep. And I know right now when the days seem to go into each other, it's easy to take naps, easy to fall prey of sleeping long, long hours. Or if you are stressed and you can't sleep, it's hard to unwind the mind. Finding different apps, different ways to help relax at the end of the evening, turning your technology off, setting the smartphone aside, and finding ways just to find stillness in the mind and helping yourself to relax and get to bed at a reasonable hour. Adequate sleep can't be really stressed enough. I know when we get back to our normal, somewhat normal, however we define that, when the veil of this uncertainty comes off, reminding ourselves how valuable self-care is really important. Employing practices that avoid infection. So right now, I think that's really a highlight, is washing our hands regularly, using sanitation wipes when we need to, when we're out in public spaces, cooking meats at home thoroughly, making sure our vegetables are washed so we don't have pesticides or any other harmful chemicals coming into our foods, just doing due diligence in that matter. And lastly, minimizing stress. So again, I'm a yoga and meditation instructor, so I guess I'm kind of a specialist in this area, but it can be many things to help minimize stress. And it doesn't have to be those practices. It could be Tai Chi. It could be just going for a run, anything that's rhythmic for you that calms your nerves. That could also be journaling. It could be reading a book. It could be really finding that work-life balance and setting boundaries for yourself that are healthy and promote that minimizing of stress. And again, technology, finding the balance of how much time you're spending online. And if you're perusing social media, that adds additional stress because we often comparing ourselves or judging ourselves or just being bombarded by the media. It can add extra stress to our lives. So that caveat aside, let's go more towards the nutrition and what we are putting in our bodies for energy. And I just want to do a brief, I know one of the other nutritionists with F3, dietitian with F3 Wellness, briefly touched base on this, but In regards to immune boosting supplements, a magic little pill that claims to be able to immune your your health, boost your health. The claims might be there, but supplements in general are not very well regulated. The FDA does not regulate them. Only when there's a problem, a red flag that comes up, does the FDA actually step in and do their part into bringing them off the shelves. And that usually takes a lot of time and bureaucracy. So supplements also, as mentioned by the dietitian as well, they are normally one vitamin, one mineral, and our bodies like to work with multiple vitamins and minerals at a time. They don't really, are not really made to take in one at a time and process that. So it's better if you're gonna, take anti-inflammatory or you're going to take vitamin C, that you're taking them in combination. And that's why a whole foods diet is really promoted, because that's the way our bodies are intended to take in our nutrients. So there's not one cure-all. I have research from the Harvard Medical School, while there are some preparations, some supplements that have been found to alter the components of our immune function, thus far there's no evidence that actually supports their claims and actually bolsters our immunity to a point where you're better protected against infection and disease. So while it may not hurt you, it may not help you either. Do your research. There are certain countries around the world. There's 4 in Western Europe. I lived in Western Europe and Belgium and Spain. And I know there's 4 countries that in Europe that actually regulate their supplements, but the US does not. So make sure that you're getting them from valid sources so they're not a placebo, and making sure that you just know what you're putting into your body. So jumping on, I have my notes kind of in front of me just to make sure that I don't go off course, because that was kind of my soapbox in regards to supplements. But jumping into the foods that can help boost our immunity. And these can help. They're not a cure. They're not 100% that research has been proven. It's just, these are the suggested ones, and I'll give you the reasons why and what vitamins, what their makeup is, and why they do help you to be the happiest and healthiest and able to combat disease when it arises. So the first one, as you might think, is citrus foods. Citrus foods, we often hear, I think it was the trend to drink warm water with lemon in the morning, which is fantastic. It's actually top of my list as my examples in regards to citrus foods. But citrus foods can be grapefruits, tangerines, mandarins, lemons, limes, oranges. They're really high in vitamin C, and anything, I'll talk about vitamin C, vitamin E, I'll talk about beta carotenes, and then zinc primarily. Those are the ones that you're looking for really in your foods. And I'll list the different ones that have a mix, a combination of those. But citrus foods, as you can imagine, we all think of vitamin C in our orange juice every day. It's just great habit to get into to focus. But you don't have to just drink orange juice. Juices in general are high in sugar, so making sure that we are diligent and we drink those in moderation, noticing if your blood sugar spikes, if you feel a rise in your energy, and then you bottom out. With whole foods, you don't feel that super sharp decline as much as you do with candy, with other sugary substances, with coffee with added sugar, for instance, or Red Bull. But you may feel that hike up and then a little bit of a bottom out when you have just juice. So here's some suggestions. Your body does need vitamin C, and it does need it on a daily basis because it doesn't store it itself and it does not produce it itself. So daily we do need to be diligent that we are getting our recommended daily dose. But it's easy to incorporate this. So again, warm water with lemon, easy way to start the day. You could add a squeeze of orange, make it a little sweeter, make it more palatable in your life. You can also incorporate lemon, any sorts of citrus, orange. They make a lovely honey, sesame, and orange vinaigrette for my salads. You can add a little bit of mustard for more tang if you'd like. Sauces, you can add garlic white wine with a little bit of lemon and saute up your shrimp. Voila. You can drink lemonade, of course. You can make a fruit bowl. Just think about scooping all the beautiful grapefruit out of your bowl and then add some other fruits. Strawberries are really great with vitamin C as well, so adding those into the bowl because grapefruit can be very tart. So picking maybe some banana for potassium. Just making sure that you have a nice balance there. You can add fruit to salads. I'll give you some ideas. I make a really lovely fresh fennel salad, and you can just add some orange segments to that with a little bit of beets or with red onion as you like. It's just really fresh, crisp, crunchy. Again, fennel is kind of seasonal, but it's lovely to change up the diet. You can also add it to kale salad, or you can poach some salmon and toss it in with some quinoa and some mandarin segments, or a drizzle of a lemon vinaigrette with capers. It's quite divine. And then smoothies. We all think, I mean, smoothies are going to come up a lot in my list because they're such a go-to, easy way to puree our foods and take it on the go. So if you find yourself in a pinch, make a smoothie, adds a lot of the ingredients that are on my list, and you'll hear me say it over and over. But the next one, which will be surprising for many of you, is red bell pepper. Maybe not so much as an example, but why it is so important to boost our immunity. It's because it is higher in vitamin C content than the citrus. So you might think the oranges are, number one go-to. Red bell peppers, I would even go yellow and orange. Green, not so much, but red bell peppers, they boost our white blood cell count, which is really what combats free radicals and within our body and helps boost our immunity. So while citrus is wonderful, if you can incorporate bell peppers into your life a little bit more, and you can do it morning, lunch, dinner. There's different ways. You can put it into your scrambled eggs. You can put it into a veggie wrap. You can make a hummus dip out of it. You can use it as a crudité. Other ideas is stuff your bell pepper and bake it in the oven, either with, say, risotto or brown rice and some vegetables, or make some shredded chicken and make it kind of a Mexican little stuffed pepper. You can also add it to your salads, a lot of Indian Thai dishes with your coconut milk, your curries, incorporate your bell peppers, and then just grilled veggies, just putting some bell peppers, zucchini, eggplant on the grill, the Barbie, and grilling it off with a drizzle of olive oil and a sprinkling of garlic. It's fantastic. Garlic will be on the list a little bit later. But again, bell peppers are high in vitamin C, and then they also ring in for beta carotene, as I said, the different ones that will hit the nutrients. Vitamin C is really good for our skin. So as you eat, drink orange juice, you might see a nice glow and a nice smoothness to your skin. And then beta carotene is eyes and our skin, so really protecting. So these nutrients that we're taking in have multiple purposes within our bodies, not just immune boosting. The next one is broccoli, and it's one of the healthiest vegetables to put on your plates. And the key, though, with broccoli is that we are not overcooking it. So if you boil it, my son, he loves broccoli, but he likes it to be nice and soft. If it's crunchy, not such his forte. So unfortunately, he's losing a lot of his nutrients when it's really cooked that well. It's great to just eat with a crudité, with your hummus, with your ranch veggie dip. You can make your ranch dip with Greek yogurt to make it a little bit healthier. Different ways to modify our traditional recipes and really make it enjoyable and healthy. Broccoli was packed with vitamins A, C, and E, and many other antioxidants and fiber. You can think of the florets as really fibrous, and it really adds a nice digestive component to our meals. You can add it, like I said, crudités, cream of broccoli soup. Again, the nutrition level will be a little bit less because it's cooked. You can add it to casseroles, stuffed in chicken or pork dishes, stir fries. We often see it a lot, Chinese dishes, side dishes where it could just be blanched really quick, sauteed up with some garlic and bacon, and salads. My grandma always used to make this amazing easy salad with broccoli, raisins, and almonds, and it was just magnificent. So broccoli is really versatile. I wouldn't say so much for smoothies, but you could go for it if you wanted to. If you hide it with, let's say, some ginger and some other yummy fruits. But that broccoli is fantastic. Jumping on garlic. So I just suggested, sauteing up your broccoli with garlic. Garlic is a centuries-old remedy. Garlic and ginger, which is next on my list, are really those kind of folklore remedies that, our grandparents suggested. My in-laws in Poland will drink a spoon of honey with fresh garlic and a squeeze of lemon. And if you have a cold, you feel the onset of the flu, that is their go-to remedy for deterring themselves from getting sick. Its immune boosting properties seem to have a heavy concentration of sulfur, which makes it really potent. It helps to lower blood pressure, and it slows down the hardening of arteries. So it's not just immunity. If you have a lot of heart disease in your family, this incorporating garlic, if you like it, if it's palatable for you, is really a good source of health. And you can incorporate it into many dishes. It's very versatile. As long as you like the taste of garlic and you don't feel like it, I know some people that sticks in their skin or kind of permeates. There's different ways to prepare garlic. You can really roast garlic, put the clove into foil with a drizzle of olive oil and put it in the oven. And it really reduces the intensity of the garlic. And you can just, if you like, you can just pop the cloves in your mouth, or you can look up a roasted garlic soup, which is really divine. You can add the cloves of garlic, if they're roasted, into a salad and into your hummus. You can puree roasted garlic hummus. You can buy it in the store. You can also make a lot of sauces. We think Italian sauces, a chicken with a lemon sauce with garlic and capers. Super simple dishes. The Italians really have perfected the use of garlic. Because everything tastes fresh in Italy. You can also rub it on your crostini and really use it in a wide variety of ways. And the same goes for the next item. Next item is ginger. Ginger is an anti-inflammatory. So if you feel like your body holds water, or if it just gets bloated very easily, ginger is your go-to food item to have in the fridge or in your fruit basket. It can help to reduce a sore throat. So again, if you don't want to just chew on really, it's not bitter, but it's really strong tasting ginger, you have to have a liking for it. You can also put it in honey, again, like my in-laws, honey, lemon, and stir in some just minced up ginger. It makes it a little bit easier to digest. It helps to decrease nausea. So if you feel like you have an upset stomach, you're just not feeling really good in your body, that can help just ease some tension and some pain. Packs heat from the form of gingerol, and it may decrease chronic pain and cholesterol. So whenever I say may, there's still research out there trying to prove that it's a remedy for all. So it may work for someone and it may not work for someone else. So ginger, again, it's kind of like garlic, but in a different taste profile. You can add it to smoothies for garlic you wouldn't want to do. You can juice garlic and add it to your orange juice with some turmeric. You can add it to carrot juice. Fantastic. It's often in Thai, Indian, and Chinese cuisine, so looking up any recipes there. And you can add it to soups and into just hot water or tea. So if you're looking for a hot tea at the end of the evening that's not black or green, that has a little bit of caffeine, just steeping some ginger, maybe you want to add some mint or lemon to it, make a lovely little tea that is more of an infusion than it is an actual leaf tea. Next one, kind of in line with broccoli, is spinach. Spinach is it's not number one, or at least not on this list, but spinach is really packed full of a lot of nutrients, both vitamins and minerals. It's not only rich in vitamin C, which is fantastic in regards. It's also packed with numerous antioxidants and the beta carotene again. So beta carotene transitions into vitamin A. And the thing with broccoli versus spinach, broccoli you want to cook as not so much, whereas spinach, fresh spinach is fantastic, and then spinach that has been cooked slightly or cooked sauteed gently will actually increase the amount of vitamin A within its makeup. So it's interesting how it takes on different nutrients in its cooking preparation. Some examples in regards to spinach and what you can do with it. You can think of pasta Florentine, a spinach, a lasagna stuffed with spinach in the layers. You can stuff meats with ricotta, with sun-dried tomatoes. You can make all sorts of different types of pasta where in the last few moments of cooking, even if you turn off the heat, you can just add the spinach in, toss it up a little bit so it's just gently cooked. It's fantastic. You can do spinach salads with strawberries, walnuts, and onions, goat cheese. You can also puree it up into smoothies, wonderful green, the Jolly Green Giant kind of smoothies. Indian dishes, palak paneer, that pureed spinach with the fresh cheese. So Indian dishes are really well known for their spinach. There's many recipes out there, so taking a look on the internet. The next one I'll mention is yogurt, and I go one step further to say kefir. Um, Anything that has live active cultures. So there's other examples. Kombucha, miso, sauerkraut can also fall into this category. But my biggest example, which is really accessible and which we can modify many meals with, is Greek yogurt. Think about how much it's been promoted that you can substitute your sour cream on your baked potato with Greek yogurt because it's nice and tangy and creamy as well. You can use it in your chicken salad instead of mayonnaise. You can use it in breakfast items. It's a great source of vitamin D in addition to being that live culture and probiotic. And if you can use it plain, I know there's different varieties and some taste like dessert. Be careful, look at labels because you want to make sure that you're not ingesting a lot of sugar. Most of the flavored yogurts out there, even the Greek yogurts, will have 12 to 14 grams of sugar. And normally, if you're a woman, you should only have about 22 grams of sugar per day. I know the daily recommendations have changed a little bit over time. And then for men, 25 grams of sugar a day. So if you're just eating one of those little packets of yogurt, you can get a lot of your sugar consumption in just one sitting, where you might want to spread it out a little bit more over the day. And it's easy to take Greek yogurt and go home and just add some honey or some squeeze of orange and a little bit of cardamom or cinnamon into your yogurt and flavor it yourself. And it's just as palatable. And adding some fresh fruit over top or some muesli or granola with raisins to add that extra bit of sweetness that you might be craving. You can, like I said, use it for dips in the place of sour cream or mayonnaise, or kind of combination if you still want the taste of mayonnaise. Like I make a potato salad that has just a little bit of mayonnaise and then the rest is garlic or yogurt in there. You can use it as a dessert, as a sauce for a cake. And then cold soups, or as a garnish for hot soups. Your potato soup, your cheddar potato soup could have a dollop of Greek yogurt, and that's a good way to incorporate it. The next one will be almonds. Almonds, when it comes to fighting colds, it's packed with vitamin E. It does take a backseat to vitamin C, so vitamin E is not as predominant in regards to being a immune booster, but it is still a viable nutrient. Almonds are fat soluble, so it's meant to be eaten with other fats. Often I would suggest, eating like a combination. Nutrients, macronutrients like to be eaten together in two in combination. So you have your fat, you have your protein, and you have your carbohydrates. So in regards to saying almonds, thinking of them as a protein rather than a fat. So eating your protein with maybe a little bit of aged cheddar cheese, and then maybe your carbohydrate is some fresh raspberries. So eating them in combination will help the body absorb them a little bit better. And also an example of what kind of nutrients the almonds pack. A half a serving, which is about 46 almonds, provides nearly 100% of your daily recommended vitamin E. So just thinking about maybe you do a quarter cup of almonds so the calories are not so high, and then finding your other sources that I mentioned, vitamin E throughout your list. You can snack on almonds. You can bake with almond meal. You can bake with shredded almonds as well. You can use it as breading. We're vegetarian in my house, so I bread my tofu with a mix of whole wheat flour and almond meal, but you could do easily with your salmon, with your chicken, with your pork, making a crust of almond meal and herbs. And your granola and breakfast cereals, easily add in some shaved almonds or toasted almonds is a fantastic option. Turmeric, so jumping on ahead because I see my time is dwindling quickly, is turmeric. It's a golden spice, often seen in Indian cuisines. It's quite bitter in flavor and known for its curcuma that's gives it that amazing distinct color. It helps to treat osteoarthritis and rheumatoid arthritis. It's been used for centuries as an anti-inflammatory. Research shows that it has a high concentration of that curcuma, which helps to decrease, it helps to rebuild muscles. Examples of how we can use turmeric. You can use turmeric in chia pudding. So chia pudding is a great little dessert or breakfast item that you make with, say, almond milk or regular milk or any of your soy milks, and just put your chia pudding. It coagulates and creates a pudding. You can add Matcha, I often use turmeric to add that to my anti-inflammatory. You can make it into lattes. You see it a lot of times in curries, and you can make it into cookies or any other sort of desserts. So looking at Thai and Indian dishes if you're looking to increase a little bit more of your turmeric content. The next one I'll highlight is papaya. So another fruit that we can add, which is yellow on the rind, and then it has a brilliant orange flesh inside. It's loaded with vitamin C, and one papaya has 224% of your daily recommended vitamin C intake. So maybe you just half that and you're good to go. You can make fruit salads, smoothies. You can make a sorbet. It also has a reasonable amount of B vitamins and folate, so these are all very beneficial and finding a great balance within your body and your nutrients for the day. Kiwi is the next one. It's like papaya. It includes folate, potassium, vitamin K, and a big part vitamin C, so increasing, again, that white blood cell count to combat the free radicals. The other nutrients help to the body function. We need that vitamin B, the vitamin K, potassium. Again, like the papaya and all the fruits that we mentioned, you can make the fruit salad, the smoothies, the sorbets, use it in your baking, in your desserts. You can add it easily to salads. It's springtime, so we all want to get that spring body or summer body into form. So incorporating some fruits in with some nuts into your salads, it's a fantastic option. So making it a little bit lighter. The next one I'll highlight, which is going to be our last one on our list, is sunflower seeds. Sunflower seeds include phosphorus, magnesium, vitamin B6, and it's also incredibly high again in that vitamin E, a powerful antioxidant. So in lowering the inflammation. Vitamin D, in addition to the being beneficial for the eyes and the skin, helps to regulate and maintain the immune system function, and other similar foods to the sunflower seeds are avocados and dark leafy greens. So I mentioned the spinach, but you could easily get some of the same benefits that spinach offers in your collard greens and in your kale as well. And avocado is wonderful because it has great healthy fats in it. Ideas for your sunflower seeds: it can easily be a snack. You can often see in Turkish cuisine that sunflower seeds are made into these little honey bars, easy to throw in your gym bag as kind of a pick-me-up at the end of the day with some protein. And vitamin C and vitamin E. You can also see it in granola and muesli. You can add it as sunflower butter. So just as there is cashew butter, pistachio butter, almond butter, there's also sunflower butter on the shelves. So you can smear it over a piece of toast or a rice cracker, put a little honey or some sliced apples on top of it. It's a lovely snack. And then you can garnish soups and put it into salads or garnish any of your side dishes. You can also make a crumb out of it again and use it with some other nuts to crust your salmon, your fishes, or any of your other proteins. So in summary, before we have to go, is beta carotene, vitamin C, vitamin E, and zinc. Vitamin C acts as an antioxidant. It helps to fight free radicals. It helps to stabilize the immune system. And again, just to recap, our fruits are the citrus fruits, our kiwis, our strawberries, our papaya, and then broccoli. You could probably put broccoli on all these lists. Red bell peppers, yellow and orange bell peppers. Vitamin E, another powerful antioxidant. You'll find that in almonds, the sunflower seeds, hazelnuts, which I did not mention, and wheat germ oil are good examples of vitamin E. Zinc, essential mineral involved in the production of immune cells, and the National Institute of Health cautions even mildly low levels of zinc may compromise your immune health. So I didn't highlight zinc too much, but you can find zinc in beans, cashews, raisins, and chickpeas. So beans and chickpeas you can find that in every cuisine across the board. And then cashews can be a lovely snack, or raisins as well. Beta carotene, again, part of the carotenoid family. So thinking about, some of these are very orange. So I always think of carotenoids as orange vegetables, but it's a family that's well known as an antioxidant. It converts into vitamin A as it is processed within the body, and it helps to regulate the immune system. It's best absorbed when cooked or eaten with fat. So beta carotene. Again, from our list: papaya, spinach, apricots, carrots, mangoes, sweet potatoes, collard greens, and kale. So from our list was papaya and spinach, and the other ingredients are just examples of where you can get your beta carotene. What does this look like? How do we take this information and implant it into our day? So thinking about, and I like to, as a nutritionist, work with food journals. So if you are kind of stuck and you don't know where to go with this information, taking this list, taking down just the notes, think about how you can incorporate them into your day. Start from your food journal to see what your normal day looks like right now, and that's just simply outlining what you consume on a 24-hour basis. If you have the patience and the attention, doing it over a week, and you can kind of see patterns in your eating behaviors. But if you're just looking at ways you can easily incorporate it into the day, just take a 1-day snapshot of what you eat and then see if you can insert these ingredients. Say you eat a salad, but maybe you're eating watercress or you're eating iceberg lettuce. Well, how can you incorporate kale or spinach into those salads? Sneaking them into smoothies, whether it's a morning smoothie or it's an afternoon snack, or if it's that pick me up, that quick, you need an energy boost after the gym. Whenever you work out intensely, you always want to make sure that you have 2 macro ingredients in a small amount just to re-energize your body. So figuring out ways, if it's a handful of almonds with a little bit of raisins, that's a quick snack. What does that look like for you? So start with a food journal. And if you don't know what a food journal is, there's a lot of information online. And then figure out ways to incorporate that into your menus throughout the day or into your habits and your practices. So take a day and review, and if you have any questions, always feel free to drop me a line or go through F3 Wellness, and we'll be quick to respond to those questions. I hope you found this rewarding and informational. And again, my name is Emily. I hope you have a wonderful evening, and thank you so much for joining me.